All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the MPGL Asian Championship 2018. We are with Taskus Titans versus Clutch Gamers here in a two-game series. Clutch Gamers having a pretty great draft in the first game, kind of riding on the back of Gabby's DK as well as Aggr.Slayer. They're able to take game number one pretty handedly. Never really any doubt for them to win that game. They kind of had a rough spot in the mid-game, but for the most part, they really took it to Taskus Titans. And they had the best of intentions with that Morphling trying to finish that game off, trying to get back into the game. Didn't really happen. And we'll see how they switch things up here in the draft. And we get into it. It's game two. With me is Trent Pax. And Trent, I don't know, that what you talked about in the first game was that they just didn't have, they lacked direction for Taskus Titans, I think was the term that we used. And I think that's absolutely true for them in that first game draft.
Yeah, it's not to say that it was like automatically impossible for the Titans to win, but it became apparent that they were just kind of reacting to whatever Clutch Gamers were doing, and it was almost working after they won that fight in the mid lane, and they started to spread the map a little bit using the vision of the Nyx Assassin, kind of threatening the side of Clutch Gamers to ball up as 5. And if that had gone on for just a little bit longer, maybe Morphling could have become truly untouchable, but there was always going to be the issue of that ridiculous armor. They built very defensively on the side of Clutch Gamers, especially Boombox on the Naga Siren, where he had the Solar Crest as well as the Aghanim Scepter. So they, fight starts going poorly, just Song to heal everyone back up. Solar Crest on top of the Dragon Knight made him completely unkillable from the Morphling.
Yeah. And then you have that on top of, the Morphling doesn't know when to use the BKB in a lot of the fights. He has to wait for Naga Song. He has to wait if he gets run at. They just never really could get a foothold in a lot of the fights. The fights that they did the best in, he's hitting for a lot. But again, that armor issue was always going to be a problem. They just needed the game to go on longer. You're absolutely right. I think they just needed it to go a bit further for Skimberloo to be actually super farmed, and that didn't happen.
Jeez, Bimbo used almost all of the reserve time there, just on those two bans of the Naga and the Lycan.
Yeah, so Night Stalker was banned in the third position last game. I'm not sure by which team it was. It was, I think, Clutch Gamers banning it. They'll pick up Leshrac this time, though.
And with the ban on the Lycan, that pretty much means Taskus Titans want Night Stalker here.
Yeah. And I'm surprised Clutch Gamers didn't want to pick it first overall. I guess they think the Leshrac is a better pick for them, and they will take it first overall. So, yeah, I mean, the Lycan ban, this should be Night Stalker +1. The question is, what are they going to grab? I mean, what's still available? There's no Io, there's no Naga now. Not that it would have mattered because you were Night Stalker already. 5 position, I don't know. If they want to pick both their supports now, that's the question. Is it Night Stalker? Nyx Night Stalker? No?
Yeah, I'm curious.
That's interesting. Yeah. They picked the Nyx Assassin last game pretty early as well. I think they actually picked it first pick. They clearly value the hero very highly right now. I'm curious what they're going to pair it up with this time, though. Okay, it is the Night Stalker. Nyx Night Stalker, so Nyx will probably be offlane again, right? Night Stalker's row before?
I think it'll be the core Night Stalker, I would guess, in the offlane and the Nyx 4, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's wrong to label either of them, honestly, because they both just end up being like 3.5s for the most part.
Exactly.
So the more important thing is who is our poverty 5. And they have a Spirit Breaker and a Leshrac. Rubik would still be okay. And then Bane would probably be fine.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of heroes we're expecting.
Could they go Jakiro? Did you say Jakiro?
Yeah, no, they could still Jakiro too, for sure. Just for like a little bit of push to go with more like gank-centric heroes than the Nyx and the Night Stalker.
Yeah, whatever 5 position support they pick might not have the best game, considering, especially with a Spirit Breaker on the enemy team, is kind of annoying to fight into. Spirit Breaker's a hero I don't see a lot of, but he's exciting when he does come out. He provides a lot ganky mid potential, kind of, but
it reminds me of the discussions we had back when Earth Spirit was popular, where the idea was that you would find a similar position forward that could match the movements, so that you just always had the same numbers every time. So you don't want Earth Spirit rolling in and then just creating a numbers advantage, and then your mid laner just dies. So I'm guessing the idea here is that the Spirit Breaker is going to be keeping up with this Night Stalker or this Nyx Assassin, and just trying to ensure that they don't get out of complete control in the early game.
Yeah.
But the The one thing is that what I would like to do if I had a Nyx Assassin and a Night Stalker is I wouldn't mind doing that Warlock +1 that we've seen a lot of teams go for, where you get this really greedy kind of a core and let these guys create a bunch of space for you in the early game. And maybe that'll be enough for you to just win, but if that doesn't just give you the straight up win, you're going to have someone who's just been farming this whole time. Like that Warlock Spectre looks pretty solid. However, Spiritbreaker tends to be a hero fairly good against most of those like harder carries.
I don't know. Maybe Void might work out in that situation, which we saw yesterday. I think it was Warlock Void.
Yes, when we were attempting the 7 golems challenge.
Oh, God. He almost got there. He was two away.
Was close.
They needed the crazy thing was we they literally walked out of Roche the second it spawned, and they almost got Roche because of that, and they missed it, and then they ended the game before they got the Roche. Otherwise, he would have had the seven golems because he died during the fight. He had the 4 from the refresher shard. He had the 5th from his death. He was just 2 away, and it was all he needed.
So sad.
Yeah. Spell immune golems with that many at the end of the game is so dumb to deal with, by the way. It's like impossible, actually.
Yeah, I forgot how long that game was. Jeez.
It was pretty lengthy. And the game was over kind of from the beginning, too. It was like 40 minutes of them just running and fighting and winning. But there's a chance they do that Void, Warlock combination. But we'll see what they pick here. I have a very good feeling this could probably be their 5th pick or their 5th position for Taskus Titans.
Yeah, usually. It's just like, do we want someone to counter Spiritbreaker charge, or do we want someone that helps out our lane?
It's Jakiro, yeah.
The lane.
Yeah.
So that'll be the Jakiro/Warlock style hero.
Yep. So we were right on the money with that pick. And the whole them taking forever to ban the like, it kind of comes back to bite them. Look how much reserve time they have, and they've only had a 3rd pick. They still have another pick along with another ban that they have to deal with. So you only have like a minute total to figure out what you want for these, or in a minute and a half total to figure out what you want with these last 2 picks, kind of. This plus the other team's picks.
Kind of puts you in a situation where you just gotta focus really on your own game. Don't worry too much about matchups as much as possible, and just, all right, we must have had some sort of a plan when we spent so long on those first couple bans, and let's just try and stick to it as much as possible.
Okay, they're gonna go back for it. The Morphling. Again, I wasn't impressed by I don't think it was an issue with the hero. I think now that you have Night Stalker and Nyx Assassin, you have a good vision advantage coming out. Maybe this will work better for the Morphling, but they're playing against the Omni Knight again. I think part of the reason why they also picked the Morphling is because you can, morph the Omni Knight. This is what he did last game a lot of the time. You get that extra repel for yourself, but...
Is there any reason not to just DK again?
5 seconds.
I would say no. They could do it if they wanted to. Is there any reason not to?
Like, Nyx Assassin and Night Stalker both suffer going into full 5-on-5 engagements. They would much rather have you split up. So the more grouped you are, the better it's going to go for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they wouldn't just go for the DK again. You're absolutely right. This Night Stalker doesn't provide anything that, or the Jakiro for that matter, doesn't do anything to this DK that wasn't already an issue last game. That he should still have a good time. I think if they don't pick it here, it's going to get banned, probably.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, there it is. It's a good point. I mean, yeah, against Morphling, maybe they have some idea for Taskus Titans. They're like, okay, they're going to pick DK here. Now we know what to do. But there's just as easily a good chance that they're like, okay, we have no reserve time. You can't think of everything, so I don't know. It's a tricky situation.
10 seconds.
They got to find some way to deal with that Dragon Knight this time, but it's easier said than done. You look at like damage amplification. It's just you need a lot of it to get through a Dragon Knight.
Yeah. It's a very tanky team in general for clutch gamers. This Leshrac is like, I'm very squishy, but the rest of the team is like, yeah, we're fine. We have like 2,000 HP a person. Enjoy killing us. Even the Spirit Breaker's annoying.
They spent so many of their bans protecting the Morphling too.
Yep.
Sand King, then I'm assuming they knew they wanted Morphling at that point, and then the Doom, and then now the Faceless Void as well.
Could they go back to Slark again? I mean, the Slark wasn't really against the Morphling. It was more killing all the rest of the heroes on the enemy team. It might be trickier this time around. And there's a Silence also for the Night Stalker, so maybe not.
Well, similar ban.
The OD is going to get taken out. I guess they do have a lot of melee heroes for clutch gamers. Might be the issue.
I would want someone stronger in lane, I think, personally.
Okay.
I think Lifestealer is actually very good.
Yeah. You have the Spirit Breaker vehicle to work with, too.
Jug's kind of okay.
I haven't seen a lot of
EA.
Jug recently.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Jug either. But he fits this kind of 5-man Dota.
I want to see a PA game like yesterday. Nando absolutely went crazy. Obviously, I think that game, the reason why it went like that is because he was against his solo offlane Enigma, and he just punished the shit out of him. I don't think that would happen again if he picked the PA. This game for Clutch Gamers is different, I think.
Yeah, but he has the Omni combo, which
Yeah.
is like one of the best.
It's true. You just jump on somebody, they get purified, and they die. Especially if you get like a crit or something, they're just dead instantly. That might not be a bad idea for Clutch Gamers. They have plenty of time. This is, Taskus Titans has 1 second. Clutch Gamers has 59, now 55, and counting. And they're going to take all the time in the world in order to figure out what they want to put in their safe lane. And there's a lot of options. What else is there? So Void's been banned.
Lifestealer or Monkey King are both good.
Monkey King. I could get down with that. Yeah, I could see that being good. That's even more armor that you have against the Morphling, which is just so annoying for him. Yeah. I like the idea of a PA, but I think Monkey King sounds pretty good here. Any other options? Luna might just get owned if they pick her against Morphling. Gyrocopter, but then you have the flat cannon that you're dealing with. The Morphling can steal it. And it is going to be a Brew
safe
Master.
Brew.
That is interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
That's some OG Dota.
Oh my god, this is the tankiest team imaginable. Are you freaking kidding me? You have a Brew, DK, Omnidite, and Spirit Breaker, and Leshrac is just there like paper thin. He's like, all right, guys, the 4 of you just run in, and I'll stay behind you, and I'm not going to die. Great. All right, you all have like 2,000 HP, and when you get items anyway. It's freaking insane.
He's not a traditional safe laner, but he fits all the options of what you wanted here. You wanted someone that was tanky and annoying in lane, and that is what he can do. And you're just gonna play this game straight up. Just gonna try and it could be the Omni too. I guess is probably the more like the person to be farming. It's gonna be like that VP style, but it's the same idea. You just want 3 stupidly strong lanes.
Yes, which they have.
Yeah.
Zeus pick for Taskus Titans. I actually saw a Tomato tweet pretty recently where he reposted a meme that was like, please make Zeus a real hero. It was like, who will win, a Thunder God or one Smoky Boy? And it was a picture of Pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zeus is not in the best spot, I guess, according to certain pros, but I don't know. It might not be bad this game. I mean, they need some magic damage. Like, DK has so much armor. The thing is, you have an Omni Knight. You have to play against Repel. You have to play against Brewmaster ulti, which is just going to be freaking great. He ultis, and then what are they going to do? Yeah, this game is going to be interesting. I don't know. What do you think, Trent? The Zeus pickup, what do you feel about Taskus Titans here?
I don't know what it does.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of how I feel.
They're so tanky. And Spirit Breaker will destroy you if you are not careful.
That's true. They have a Spirit Breaker. The Zeus has no movement speed. He charges mid, and you get off like a breathe fire, and the Zeus dies because he has how much HP? Actually, he has 650. It's not that bad, but it's actually pretty good starting base strength. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see it to believe it here for Taskus Titans. They are down 0-1 in the series already. It is a 2-game series. They would like to take a win. Clutch Gamers, they've tied a series. They've won a series. They're looking for their 2nd win of the tournament in terms of series wins. And they are set up perfectly to do it with this type of team that they've got. It is going to be the IG farming Omni Knight, as you mentioned. Oh, my God. This taunt. Did you see that Omni taunt?
Oh, yes, the new one. Slacks was very excited about this.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Do it again, please. Please, Omni. I'm begging you. He's not going to. It was pretty ridiculous. I don't know if you saw it, but...
I'm just going to watch him until he does it.
Okay, good.
Because I haven't actually seen it in game yet. I've only seen it on the compendium.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. You keep track of that, and...
yeah, I'm on it, dude.
And I'll see if they fight elsewhere. Oh, he's not going to taunt when he runs away? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. This is some amateur taunt usage.
Maybe he's got it set to a really weird button. Split Earth, they're going to find the Raging Potato, Nyx Assassin. He does have his Impale back up now. He can turn and go for it, and he will. Boombox has Split Earth in 1, and this Nyx is really slow, actually. Boombox just keeps chasing. Oh, my God, that was a sick dodge. But he might still get killed. They have another Split Earth in 5. They have a charge now. He'll buy out his stick. He's regenerating pretty well because he is a Nyx, but it is Yol getting first blood, so already a great start for Clutch Gamers. That's pretty brutal.
Things are happening elsewhere on the map?
Yes. Has he done it yet?
No.
Oh.
And Jakiro even taunted at him, so I don't know. I think Ajit's a little bit too serious right now.
Yeah, he's in serious
He's
game
not
mode.
into it. Yeah.
I think maybe he'll get a kill and then he'll have a taunt, but even then. No, he did it. He did it.
Are you serious? I literally just clicked away.
looked
Oh
away.
my God. Praise the sun.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what it is. Oh, Dark Souls references. The best thing ever. So, he finally does it. Zeus actually having a fairly good time in the mid lane in the meantime. 7 last hits to the 4 of the DK. I suppose that's to be expected with Arc Lightning. You last hit pretty well in DK. Can't really deny, so.
You have to wait until you actually have Dragon Blood.
Yeah, exactly. And he's only got level 1. He'll get level 2 in a moment when it hits level 3, but not a bad start. Despite losing that first blood, Taskus Titan's actually holding pretty firm. Skimberloo missing some CS because he is against a Brewmaster who will hit you with your W button, and that means I'm going to miss about half of my last hits. It's great. Not a really fun time. RR getting run down. They finally get a bash.
Bimbo, bottom. Oh, that's stick.
That was a sick stick, I'm sure. And he got the kill, though, anyway. It's good effort. It's 2 deaths for the Nyx, not the end of the world.
Yeah, I will say I'm glad to see it back on support role, though. I think the hero just does better there generally.
I get where you were coming from last game. We were like, okay, well, what does this hero get in the offlane where he might not, he might get the same as a support. He got a Spirit Vessel, right? That was the item he built at the beginning of the game. I mean, you could just get that with, the Naga did, so I don't know. Yeah,
he's an awkward hero. It's like a good and bad thing about Nyx, that the items don't make that much of a difference sometimes. Like, it's kind of funny, but one of the most impactful items on the hero is actually Dagon.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that old build that everyone used to do, but at least it allowed you to be more individualistic. Like, even if you get a Blink Dagger, you still need allies to really get kills for the most part.
Whereas if you have that Dagon, you actually can get some solo kills, especially if you build it up. But that build is dead and gone, I guess. It's not a thing anymore, which is kind of sad. But maybe someday we'll see him get back to that point. Maybe if Bimbo gets some amazing farm this game, which is not happening considering how the game started for him. But we're kind of just settling into farming. Everybody getting really decent CS except, Morphling is kind of tied with the Brewmaster. The Zeus is 22 last hits. He's got a Soul Ring. He's got to spam Arc Lightning. He has level 2 Arc Lightning, of course, which makes it a lot easier to get last hits for him. He's raking it in. But Gabby's still going to find his own CS.
He's doing a very nice job.
Yeah.
He was very comfortable on Zeus.
And maybe that's something you need. Like, Zeus may not feel like he does anything. Oh, they're going to charge RR. This is a tough kill. No purification. I guess it's just kind of a comfort pick, maybe. Maybe Jamesy plays this hero a lot. He feels really good about it.
I mean, and there are some things, right? Like, the health reduction of the 10% is pretty ridiculous at the start of fights. It can help out a lot against a lot of tanky heroes. Just because, again, you're using, like, something that's percent-based. So, if he doesn't go down too quick during these fights, if he can actually get in the Aghanim Scepter, we all know how ridiculously strong that is.
Yeah. This would be a great Timber game because of all the strength heroes. But
yeah, it's true.
They're not going to... Obviously, no Timber in this game, which would be 60C, but doesn't end up happening, so we'll see how this shapes up now. 4.5 minutes into the game, some decent vision. It is nighttime, but the Night Stalker is the one farming top, so it's pretty easy for them to realize, okay, the Night Stalker is missing. What's the plan here? Where are they going? So I don't know how much they're going to get done with this first night, for that matter. And actually, they're charging away the Spearbreaker was getting run at by the 2 heroes in the top lane. They're going to charge and just try to get out of trouble. But he's actually dead. RR chased him all the way to the mid lane. Yol was not expecting them to go this far. And he actually ends up feeding a kill because he canceled the charge too early, it looks like.
Well, he was going to be running right through the mid lane.
Yeah.
So he couldn't. He would just got lightninged and died.
So you know what I just said about Night Stalker leaving the lane and it kind of being obvious? I guess it doesn't matter.
He's very fast.
It is true. He's very speedy. With phase boots already on a core Night Stalker. That's kind of what I like about this. I like that about this hero in the core role. Having a sick early phase boot timing is pretty insane. Meanwhile, Bimbo is getting killed bottom.
Oh, they know Yul's there. Does Yul know they know that he's there? No. Yul does not know that they know that Yul's there.
All right, there's a lot going on. Oh my God, Skylark. Oh! Oh, Skylark.
Yul's also charging away mid, barely surviving.
Oh my God, they're not gonna get a single kill with those 3 heroes at like 10 HP. Are you kidding me? Oh God, Skylark just juked the Nyx assassin out of his frickin' claws.
Time for the value shrine.
Oh God, the efficiency is real. Yes.
It's
Exactly, Skylark. You're exactly right.
Well said.
Ajit getting run down by RR. He has no crippling fear, but Ajit's still taking a lot of damage. Purification down for 2 seconds. They can't quite chase him down, however. And the Night Stalker has returned top, which means the lanes are safe again for Clutch Gamers. Maybe not for Skimbaloo.
Yeah, you can see where James has to play right now, though, because he doesn't know where the Spirit Breaker is. So just being off the map, very powerful at the moment.
They're going to charge bottom. Skimbaloo is really low. If he can get the charge, if he can get the disable before the attribute shift comes. Split Earth? They do get it off? No, they don't even need it. Man, they blew him away. That's the charge from the darkness. That's what you can get with it, and they will find a big kill. That's the core dead, and they're going to find a second one. Bimbo does not have his Carapace, but they are diving pretty heavily here. They will take the tower aggro onto Yul and keep Skylark alive, plus he has treads anyway, so he would have survived anyways. That is going to be 2 kills bottom, but again, the big thing is the Morphling dies.
And getting Brewmaster off to a nice start. So he'll TV home while Boombox takes the lane.
Get some extra
And
experience.
top, we still have a relatively free farming Omni Knights. Likely to go in for the Radiance.
Yeah. The question is, does he go for anything first before that? I mean, he already has Phase Soul Ring.
Yeah, it's also like, do you just want to play faster, too? Like, he could instead go for something like S and Y into, like, a Lotus Orb or something this game.
Yeah. I would not be opposed to that. What an impale.
Nice stun.
That was pretty sick from Bimbo. I don't think they would have gotten anything done with it anyway. He didn't have enough mana. Well, he had Soul Ring for Purification, but RR is so tanky it doesn't matter. Plus, he has raindrops. They're going to try, I guess. Crippling Fear comes out. Repel comes in. Soul Ring, Purification. There's the bash. Not enough. They'll turn it, though. They have the Lightning Storm Splitter. They might get Bimbo. Good Ice Path counter initiation. It's daytime. They got to be careful. Lightning Storm. One more auto attack. Zeusel comes out. That secures the kill on Yul. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Of course, Zeus getting that kill is actually pretty big for him. Now up to 1,000 gold. So that could have been a lot worse for Taskus Titans. Really for both teams.
Now, Mutt.
Okay. Yeah.
I need you to remember that Purification is not blocked by raindrops.
Yes, I know. As soon as I said it.
It is pure damage.
It's pure damage, yes.
Mutt.
I don't know. I even threw the raindrops in there. How dare you, Trent?
Hey, he did end up using one from the Leshrac, so they were.
See, there it is. I forgot the Leshrac rotated in. Exactly.
It's all right.
It was all according to plan. Yes, tip. You should tip me, you fools. If only casters could tip, I would tip Trent right now.
Thanks, man.
Aggressively.
Yeah. Oh. Phooey.
Gotcha. All right, we're back into the game. This series has taken quite a long time due to some lag issues we had in the first game. But you know what? We're watching good Dota, and that's all we can really ask for.
What can you do?
You got to look at the positive side.
Are they going to hold the other series for us, or what's the deal there?
It's a good question. We haven't had this issue happen.
It starts in like 3 minutes.
Well, I would imagine that they're going to hold it for us. I would
Maybe
be
one of these
surprised if they
teams
didn't.
is in it. No. Who's in the next series?
I can tell you, it's Signify versus Mega Aorus.
Right.
So they're both not playing right now. So yeah, it's like, or they're going to be rather. But Dragon Tail bottom, but Skimbaloo gets off his attribute shift, so he's fine. I think they wanted to combo the. Oh, actually, Skylark didn't have his ulti yet, so they went kind of early, but I guess it's fine.
Yeah, there it is.
Mid lane, charge onto the Nyx assassin. Nyx is level 3, so he's taking a lot of damage. Impale does come out. No Spike Carapace. How far do they dive this? Apparently pretty far. And now Yul's dead. They did get the kill with the Lightning Storm, but it's another kill for Jamesy onto Yul. It happened twice now.
And they're going to smoke and rotate bot, try and defend this tower. This is almost like a good thing for CG, because it's going to give them an excuse to actually split.
Yeah. They're going to TP in everybody, though. This actually might not... They have the charge coming in. They do have this Primal split up. They have the Zeus ult coming back up in 5 seconds. In fact, he spotted Leshrac. Now the DK knows that something is up here. The charge coming in. There's the Ice Path. They really want this Brewmaster. The Zeus ult comes out and they'll find him. And now it's time to back up. Yol needs to run too. Lightning Storm doing some damage, but the Adaptive Strike coming in. Not quite the long stun. Yol will be able to back himself away, but no, Boombox will not be able to. And in fact, Yol, I spoke too soon. He's going to fall more than likely now with a Great Impale. And Jamesy gets a double kill. So the thing is, you need to get your ulti off there, Trent.
Yeah, that's a disaster. That is no bueno. He was trying to tank up some spells, I get it, and then use your ulti because your HP bar is a very important part of using Brewmaster. You want to like let them waste a bunch of spells on you and then get your ulti off. That's actually like the key of a good brew because it does so much for your team in that fight. But when you don't get it off, the fight's just over, and then you lose 2 more heroes off the back of that as well. Like absolutely brutal. I'm surprised they didn't bring down Ajit, but he was also pretty low on mana.
Yeah.
So. You know, maybe he's just saying, guys, I really don't want to rotate.
He's like, I want my drum first. I'll get mana, then we can fight. We could also just come top. You know, maybe there's that thought process. It was not nighttime during that fight, which is also kind of surprising, you know, that they fought that way anyway. But good stuff. Clutch Gamers will try to turn it around, though. They're looking for the next mid. They would like a better target. Jamesy has had a great game, by the way. I mean, he's had free farm. He's had no deaths. He is 4-0-2. They've scanned. They've found Yol. They might try to go for this. And this could be a really good Zeus game, surprisingly enough. And they're going to try to take this fight with Darkness, but Yol can just charge away. Darkness used, but they could still maybe try to take a fight mid. Now this tier 2 or tier 1's already dead. Vendetta Nyx Assassin. No detection. They just bought sentries on Boombox. Gabby will get the tower kill. There's the split coming out. Oh, no, he canceled it. He was going to, then he canceled it. So now they might just need to back away. Zeus ult comes out. Boombox is still pretty healthy. Uh-oh, there's the silence. The repel comes out. And that's a good place for Ajit to be. Gabi going to take some damage. Zeus ult was just used. They need to be a little careful. Ice Path misses. Skylark still has his ultimate. The rotation came in from Skemberlu. There's a charge coming out from Yol. They have the Morphling. Boombox trying to run. Arc Lightning almost actually bounces to him. Probably would have survived anyways. They're going to try to back up and Shrine. Yol will get up to the high ground now. And Gabby wants to try to do something with this DK ultimate, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the long duration chase ends with nobody dead.
Dude, Skylark has been 6 for so long.
Please use your ultimate. He'll get there someday.
I'm going to get level 7. I don't know. There wasn't really a very good moment. I mean, the threat of it did help them get the tier 1 mid, so that was fine. That was more like what they wanted with the bottom lane, and they're going to go try and do that once again here with Ajit just standing up front, and he will indeed be heading in towards the Radiance post drums.
That's not a surprise. Once you see the drum, that's like, okay, I'll probably go in Radiance after this.
And they're not snowballing all that hard right now either.
Yeah.
So.
If they had gotten a couple good fights and a couple towers, then I'd say maybe he can go for a faster pace type of game. He might be in trouble. Their silence does come out. Ice Path. He's going to get low. He needs to get out of that Ice Path. He's also got the silence on him. He's burning down. He does get the purification off. Can they find a kill? They've cycloned up this Zeus. They're looking for Raging Potato. Oh my god, they're diving way too deep. Dear god. They need to run on this Earth Panda, but he might be dead as well. Skylark uses his ultimate, but to no avail as Ajit had to back away. Skylark is going to fall as well, so 2 dead. And that is a Brew split. And I don't know if I've ever seen a Brew split go that badly. That was pretty awful for them.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Zeus here. He's doing a lot of damage in these fights.
How much did he do there?
Like 900. Pretty
yeah,
good for like 2 heroes going down.
I got the end of the last recap. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's owning. He's got his Kaya done. He's got an Aether Lens and Kaya. It's surprising he went for both of those early game items instead of going for one and then an Ags or something. But I'm sure he's got his reasons for it.
I think both is the way to go when you're this snowballing.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be mega effective right now when these guys are weak on the side of Clutch Gamers.
I think that's true. I mean, look how much damage he's doing. He could almost kill Boombox. He doesn't quite get it. Boombox is somehow lucky to be alive in half these fights. I mean, like, my god. Raging Potato, Yol in trouble and probably dead. In fact, he is. Gabby has to back up. He used his Elder Dragon form trying to push aggressively, but now he is on his own. This is a pretty great game for Taskus Titans. They have done a great job staying in this. And now they have so much room that this Morphling should actually be able to get some decent farm, although he is a little behind. That's the issue.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of trouble committing to objectives. So will they finally go for the one top? Because right now these towers are very healthy on the dire side.
Wow, he went level 3 Ice Path on Jakiro. He has level 1 Liquid Fire.
Yeah, this has kind of become the standard, usually with the Naga especially, but like X-Nova, I know for LGD has been going max Ice Path every time, so. Although you are right, usually you'll see like 2 points maybe in.
Yeah, that's the thing. If there's the 1 point is the surprising part. If there's 2, I can see it, but the duration stun for Ice Path is very good. To be fair, 2 seconds at this level. Long duration stun, which they kind of need. You know, they have decent lockdown if they can get a void off, but they have to get that Ice Path. Nyx is Vendetta. Not the best game for him, but he's actually got more money than Yol does, who's died a few times in a row now. Spearbreaker has really not felt the right impact. Did he actually get impaled when he was trying to charge, or did he cancel it? I didn't see it.
He just canceled it, but he's dead now.
Yeah.
Should have left when he had the chance.
Yeah. It's a hindsight type of play. What can you do? Man, boots and an Orb of Venom and a stick. Pretty rough stuff for that Spirit Breaker, whereas at least the Nyx Assassin just bought his full wand.
Look at that shit. He bails.
Wow, he actually went for the Yules. I think the fight bottom, where he got silenced for that entire duration of the fight, he was like, this can't happen again. That cannot be a thing that can happen to me. I need to get my spells off. I don't need Radiance. The rest of my team will hopefully do enough damage, which I'm not sure is true in this game, actually.
I wonder why he's going Yules over the Lotus Orb. I guess it's just so much cheaper. That's really the only reason.
The Abbey might be dead. He has a hood. It's a lot of damage, though. Spirit Vessel is really taking him down. The Abbey just dies. It took forever, but they got it. They did use Split. Jamesy's in trouble, though. If they can get Jamesy, it's not that bad, and they're going to with the Immolate. Boombox is getting chased down. He's out of mana. Aji's getting chased down by a double damage Morphling. Skylark needs to run, but he's going to get Ice Path, and that's a long duration Ice Path, and just Skemberlu whacks away at him. It's 3 dead. Had they been able to get out without losing 3 heroes, might have been good. Oh my god, what a splitter from Boombox. Are you kidding? I guess they had the charge right as he was TPing, so they got the vision, but he's dead to an Urn Tick. Okay, well
nice.
Then they got a little more out of it than maybe they could have for Clutch Gamers, or should have, but oh man. That's rough for Gabby. I mean, he went from 100 to 0 within like 5 seconds. Yeah, and Skemberlu's gonna get more work to get this Lincoln Sphere. He's actually now almost top the net worth. He was like 4K not a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, he was. Just a couple kills now, already up there.
That's pretty insane.
Boombox got a ton from that fight too. Elevated himself very high up.
Yeah, it's huge. Getting into Yules so he can get up some extra setup, and then later on into the Aeon Disc if they can get to that point. Skylark goes for a minus, by the way.
Look at him. He's just like, I need these range creeps.
Can I
please
please get level 6?
Kill him.
Oh my god, he's level 5. He's level 5. He's level 5. The next closest person is level 9. My god.
It's a hard life sometimes.
That is harder than hard. My dear lord, that is pretty insane.
He got it. Aha. Kill me all you want. I got my ulti. Suck it.
Joke's on you. Impale, they do charge aggressively, but more actually defensively than anything else. Boombox survives somehow. Nether Strike, but a good spike Carapace, and now I think Yules just killed himself. They might need to back. They're going to try to go on Bimbo. The Lightning Storm does come to the Ice Path. Guess what? You're stunned forever. Good luck chasing our Nyx Assassin. Aji has a haste ring, though. Immediate repel. Bimbo is just going to get chased down. He did have a raindrop, which actually keeps him alive. Skemberlu is going to run it. He's looking for Boombox. He gets the kill with Adaptive Strike. Now is the DK. That might not have been the best idea. He's going to come back on into Skemberlu. They're going to have a stun. He's going to Attribute Shift. This will take a while to get this kill. Yeah, they might not even get it anytime soon. He's going to go for a TP. Do they have a Dragon Tail? They have the Boulder Toss. The charge is coming. They're going to find Skemberlu. I think there's a very good chance. Yeah, he's just dead, finally. My god. And the tips. Skemberlu, the one tipping aggressively in spite of dying. He's feeling good.
You know what I do like is that Skylark went for this Midas because he got that big kill on the Morphling in the mid lane in the last fight. Oh, sorry, on the Zeus, not the Morphling.
Yes.
During the last fight. So he just said, you know what? My Blink Dagger is not going to make that much of a difference right now. I'm going to get the Midas because I have a Omni Knight that's going for the Radiance, and levels are just so important on Brewmaster.
Yeah.
I might even, I don't know. It's like him and Invoker. Invoker, I guess, still reigns supreme, but I think Brewmaster's like second for me now.
Yeah, I'd say because of the level thing, it's pretty good. Somebody was telling me that the reason that Invokers don't go Midas that much anymore is the tomes now kind of being more purchased by cores, I guess. So,
I mean, that's true.
Midas feels like it's just not built on like any hero anymore. Obviously, in this game, Skylark has picked it up, and I think for good reason, but...
Yeah. I mean, Brewmaster's a special case because a lot of items just are plainly not effective on him because you're in your alt form, and so you have to buy auras, and you already have a Dragon Knight who has this hood, so maybe you're like, well, my pipe's not going to be... Like, I wouldn't have minded if he built a pipe, honestly. I think if there was an aura item that you were going to build this game, that's what I would have went for, but the Midas is just, you know, it's something that's going to be effective for you.
RR getting charged by Yol. They need another strike. They do have it, but the Ice Path comes out. Gabby's popped the Elder Dragon form, but he doesn't want to fight this. They're going to try to turn onto the Jakiro. They pop the Zeus Salt. They buy back into, onto Yol. They still have... No, they don't. You have Split. It's down for 25 seconds after killing that Morphling earlier. That is really not that great if they just get that kill on the Jakiro. And Raging Potato is in here. They don't have a sentry down. They need to be careful. They're actually pinging pretty hard. They're saying, we can go in this guy. They're going to try. Yep. There is the Spike Carapace, and that is a dead DK. So, not respecting the Nyx Assassin and not having a sentry down. And now they might find more. Good Split Earth, but Skylark's still getting chased down. He has this silence on him. He might just die anyway. They're going to repel him. He's just going to get auto-attacked. Luckily, he has the Drunken Brawler. They'll try to clap. They're going to split. They're going to turn this fight around, or at least attempt to. It's going to be tricky, though. They'll pop the GA. A lot of damage still being done to Yol. He needs to be careful. They have the Cyclone up onto the Zeus. Skimberloo would be a great target, but it's so hard to go on him. Meanwhile, the Pandas are getting cleaned up by Skimberloo. Still not enough to get the kill. He's going to Morphling wait for him, and Yol's just dead. Good stun, though, and they find that kill, and Yol will take the trade any day of the week. So the unfortunate thing is he waveformed and he got aggressive, but he didn't know that the Split Earth was coming, and instead he dies because of it. So that could have gone way worse. Another one of those fights where Clutch Gamers could have had a disastrous engagement, but they kind of turned it around.
Yep. I like the way they opened that up, though, from Titans. Bimbo using the Carapace on the splash damage from the DK, so you can use the Vendetta damage. It's well played.
Yeah, the max Spike Carapace 2.4 second stun. You have all that follow-up, and then you actually have the Vendetta hit. This is a DK with a lot of armor and, of course, a Hooded Defiance. He does not feel that tanky, you know? He dies a lot of the time pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's been caught up by like 3 or 4 heroes.
Yeah.
Several times.
I guess any hero will have that kind of issue when you're caught by that many. Can they find him again? I don't know. They're going to go for Boombox, maybe?
Rior. Well, they're charging Rior.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're probably going to kill Boombox.
He does hit a splitter. Nah, he's mega dead. Spirit Vessel. Ice Path. They're going to probably get 2 out of this. Yep. And they even use the Gabby DK ult, but he's dead too, it looks like. They could maybe turn. They have Repel.
He needs to live.
They have no Primal Split. They have to just back. Yeah, he dies there. You know, that's like 3 deaths in a row, essentially. And Ajit is running in a little too far. He does have Yules, and he is pretty speedy, so he'll just walk on out. That could have been tricky.
Those little like side skirmishes and pickoffs are actually really good for the Jakiro because I think he's having a hard time during the real fights. There's no real setup for him to cast his abilities on more than 1 hero at a time, and a lot of time he's like he dumped Macropyre and Ice Path last engagement on just Yol. And it's just like, I don't know, he's a hard time getting those spells onto anyone. Like the Brewmaster, for example, is someone who's pretty hard to... You need burst damage, not this kind of damage over time. It's hard in this fight, or in this game, rather, to like force people to engage on top of Macropyre.
Yeah, it's pretty
There's
tricky.
no like Naga song or anything.
They can't wait it out. It's true. Zeus is kind of slowed down, but he's still doing a lot of damage. He has a Blink Dagger now. He's working on a Yule Scepter. That Aghanim Scepter is really far away. It's like he's not even going to get it anytime soon. Ajit's almost at Radiance. That might be the game-changing item. I do think they need at least 1 more item on top of that for him to be useful. It's just they're the ones that have to play defensively. They have all this push with the DK. They have all this team fight with the Brewmaster ultimate, but they can't really find it. You know, it's just not an initiation they can get that's been really useful for them. A tricky game. And it's only going to get trickier. I mean, the Morphling's also just going to get plenty of farm. Completely different build this game, though. He's going Dragonlance. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe he just wants a Hurricane Pike, potentially, against the Brewmaster.
Hasn't really needed the BKB, I guess, in his eyes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I could see Pike being good if he gets it. Gabby finally has a Shadow Blade, so he went Shadow Blade and Blink Dagger, and he has no BKB, of course. He will walk on top of a Sentry. No vision there, though. I gotta say, this Nyx Assassin has done so much. They've had a real lack of detection for Clutch Gamers. And the Nyx has just roamed around, setting plenty of kills. And it's really kind of why they have a slight advantage in this game.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to adjust that. Boombox has placed down several sentries up there. They have the dust, and finally, Omni's online. So, see if these next fights go a little bit better for the Clutch Gamers side.
And they're going to try for a smoke. I don't know if they smoked in that ward. I don't think they did, considering where the Jakiro's playing. He's going to get charged. And Gabby can come in with a Blink Dagger and a Blink Stun. He'll probably go for it in a moment. There's the Ice Path. Instead, they're going to go for the Night Stalker. Good Glimmer, though. And they do dust.
All they want is not ult.
Macropyre gets dropped down. There's the GA. Skemberlu steals the DK. He's going to get run down. Dragon Tail comes out. There's the Boulder Toss. Good Ice Path to try to split this up. Nyx Assassin, great spike. Carapace, the Ravage. The Impale. It's on to 3. A double kill for Skemberlu. Just like that, they turn the fight around. They have the detection from the Zeus Lightning Bolts. Gabby has to run. He's pretty fast. And he's got Blink available. But, man, Bimbo is just owning in these fights.
Yeah, that was actually unbelievable. That was completely fight-winning. Like, they should have won that engagement on the Dire side, for sure.
Yes. I didn't think they were going to go back in. I thought, okay, they're just going to kill this an extra hero here, and they're going to...
Yeah, I thought Morph was dead, but that Dragon Knight steal actually worked out really well.
Yeah.
Like, he's been stealing Morph through both games. Or, sorry, he's been morphing into the Omni through both games because he just gets the Repel, but that time, being the Dragon Knight, he was so tanky. They, like, couldn't deal with him. They're trying to just like blow up this stupid illusion, and then once they castle their spells on his DK for him, he just pop back into Morph with the Ravage.
Somebody else here. Lincoln Sphere. They break it, but do they have enough? They do.
Nice.
Okay, that's big. Mick, can you like take Roche off this? I'm not sure they have enough damage. I guess.
Maybe if they Dragon Knight ulti.
Yeah, they're gonna try to find bottom. Rior, if they can get him, that might be enough. Nether Strike coming out. Rior still really tanky. Glimmer comes out. They should have clap. Oh my god. They know that he's here. That would have been insane. Macropyre comes out. He's still alive. He's still juking. It is going to be some time wasted. If, oh my god. Rior, stop.
He's got another Glimmer.
Stop, Rior. Oh my god. That is insane. Split Earth right here. Right here. Split Earth. Zeus ult comes out. Okay.
I'm impressed.
That was still pretty sick. That's a lot of time wasted, but they did finally get the kill.
Yeah, Morph's back alive. So.
Exactly. Nyx Assassin has found another target, although he is alone currently, so tricky to find anything with just him. No detection. They're working on a gem, I think, for somebody. I don't know who was about to pick it up. Oh, Leshrac. So if they get that gem, this game maybe goes way different.
They could replace the stick that Omni has, maybe, and just let him carry it.
Yeah, I would. He's not dying in these fights, usually. I think that's fine. Definitely don't put it on the DK. He's died a lot. I don't think that's the best idea. So he has the gem in like 75 gold. That's all they... Well, maybe not all they need, but that's the one big item they need. But it's going to come a little too late because Roche is being taken right now for the for the Radiant team. I have no idea. And this will be Aegis for the Morphling, along with a Lincoln Sphere Dragonlance building into the Scotty as well. So... But I've got to say, Clutch Gamers have held on pretty well in this game. They're down 24-17 in kill score, but they're still in the game pretty heavily. Nope. Split. They got the Nyx.
Oh, that was close.
They almost got the Aegis, too. They're still going to fight this, I think. Skemberlu's going to turn into the Omni. Lincoln Sphere broken. They want to get the Aegis. He's just going to wait for him out, though. I'm surprised they couldn't find anything else with that. That's pretty surprised they could have found the Jakir, but somehow he got out. And that's the end of the fight. And that's Bruce split down for just a Nyx Assassin.
They might be able to push into the tier 2, but it looks like they're a little bit too worried, even with him being dead.
Yeah.
DK form not back up yet.
And the game-winning item for Zeus is starting to become built. You know, Aghanim Scepter is pretty good. Yeah, Gabby walks on top of a sentry. He Shadow Blades, but he's fine. So no.
Ajit has the blink and the gem now.
Oh, does he?
That's a pretty big deal. Yeah.
Jamesy looking for Yul. Yeah, actually he did have the gem, didn't he? They might lose Skylark though. Ajit's in. He's gonna repel. Everybody's here. It looks like for the Dire team. Night Stalker taking a lot of damage, but so is Ajit. And Ajit dies. That's the gem down. That's pretty bad. And they're going to lose the gem. No. Yeah, the Nyx Assassin picked it up. That might be the beginning of the end here. That Macropyre, he just stood on top of it because he couldn't move. He repelled the Brewmaster, so he didn't have repel for himself. And he just dies.
Yeah, exactly.
I was shocked he died that quickly, actually. Did he even get GA off? He did, but it didn't matter.
I think they weren't expecting so many heroes to be there.
Yeah, they all kind of converged. There were 4 heroes there at the beginning of the fight. The 5th one, I'm not even sure who it was, finally came in towards like the middle stages of it. And by that point, they just had Scamberloo hitting people. A much better performance in Game 2 for Taskus Titans. It looks like they're getting closer and closer to evening up this series. The net worth was even up until that fight. Now it's a 5k lead, which is still not that much, but it'll become more with the towers being taken.
The Zeus did so much work this game just to slow it down. It didn't let the DK get completely out of control and stomp his opponent or anything. Or I don't know. I guess he was just a better answer for like pulling back waves and getting some serious damage in these fights. There's also you could say that maybe the Brewmaster I think didn't do quite enough out of the offlane this game.
They needed a pipe desperately this game, and they did not get one.
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked they didn't build one.
I know that you want to build Radiance and Yules onto the Omni Knight, but like you might want to just consider getting a pipe, considering the rest of your team is not. They were trying, I think, for the DK. He built the Hooded Defiance, but he got killed like 4 times in a row. If he does end up building the pipe, if he does get it, this game might be way different. But yeah, there is so much magical damage. They did not build the one item that they needed to survive the early game with.
Yeah.
I guess it's not over yet, but.
No, they still don't even have high ground, so it's not a disaster necessarily, but...
Well, the thing is, they were lacking that real agi carry that you see like a Morphling, you know? Not to say that they don't have damage. I mean, they don't really, but that's not important. Yeah, it's tricky. They're going to get smoked on, and Yul's probably going to die again. The Zeus Ult comes out. They have the vision on him, but they're not going to head that direction, so they want somebody else. They've got the silence anyways. They did end up going for the Spear Breaker. Now Boombox is getting Scotty to death. The Yule Scepter keeps him alive for literally a moment longer. And now they'll work on the Tier 2 tower into the Tier 3. And they're going to fight 3 versus 5 and probably take high ground here. They have Aegis too, so they're not really worried. Skimroll didn't get the repel off. That was awkward.
He still has the form. He might just be waiting.
And he is. Haha, I am magic immune. Pretty good Morphling play from Skimberloo in both of these games.
Yep.
Night Stalker getting gone on. GA comes out. They're trying to fight. Skylark pops the ultimate. They want at least 1 kill, but RR is BKB. They can't fight him. Skimberloo still has Aegis. They can't fight him because he waveforms away. The toss does hit on the Bimbo. They cycle in up the Jakiro. They can turn right back around and go in now. That split will be down in a moment along with GA. I think they might just back up to be safer about it, though. Yeah, they're going to just back up. Smart play to back up there. Good BKB usage from R. Ready to get out of trouble. Yeah, now this game is starting to feel all but over. They did get a BKB for DK. If there's any way they can win a team fight, it's going to be his Elder Dragon form and a BKB.
They need to try and find this Morphling while the Aegis is about to expire, I think.
They have Gem on Bimbo. Gabby might be dead. Well, he does have BKB like I just mentioned. Elder Dragon form about to be done. That's probably the perfect time for it. He still has his BKB. Adaptive Strike does some damage. Zeus Ult comes out. Yol kind of almost charging into his death. He still might. Ajit's running at the Zeus, who's actually getting kind of low. Good Ice Path, but not able to save the Zeus, so that's a big kill. Skylark gets off a clap. Roar getting chased down. Good Glimmer, but now he's in trouble. He's slowed to oblivion and killed.
Uh-oh. What's happening here?
There's no Zeus for 70. He has no buyback. They're going to find Bimbo, too, although Ajit is in trouble. He's going to fall to the waveform. No, the Eul Scepter comes out, but he still might fall. Nyx Assassin, they want this kill. They're going to find it. Ajit finally getting dropped down. Skimberlu's going to try to run. I don't think they can kill him, especially without Ajit. It's going to be tricky. He could just maybe even turn and kill Eul if they're not careful. The Dragon Tail comes out. They have Elder Dragon form in 5 seconds. They're getting the bashes. They've got the Nether Strike, but there's going to be the Lincoln Sphere. Here comes the Night Stalker. Good silence. Skimberlu still alive. Charges away. Now into the Morphling. He gets out, and they get the kill onto Eul. That's the gem dead. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Skylark has a BKB TP. They get the gem. I think they did on Gabby. He did. And Boombox will try to go for his own TP, and he's not going to make it. Ice Path comes in with the Adaptive Strike. That's kind of what I was saying, where I don't know if you want to chase this Morphling. You know, they got very close, but no such luck, and they lost their Ranger X top.
Oof. Well, it was still a net worth gain. Experience gain as well, but yeah, the work there from the Morphling, absolutely ridiculous. He was repelling, he was charging, it was a long fight.
Skimberlu made all the right plays there for sure, and the Night Stalker comes in to save the day once again. Gem has been picked up, though, for the DK, which means they're lacking a gem now on the Radiant team. That's big news. They've only lost 1 set of racks. If somehow this DK can get more farm, this game is still in, you know, hanging in the balance because he can do a lot of damage, and I think that's kind of what they're lacking right now is maybe damage.
And they need Brewmaster to get to 20 so that he can have the extra health on the spirits because they are starting to get shredded pretty quickly. And then after that, 25, of course, for the nearly always up Brewmaster ulti.
Yeah. It's a sick cooldown. And that 1500 health, you're right, is going to be pretty great. He has a Midas, which is going to help a lot getting to the level 20. That's a nullifier for RR. And that may very well nullify the BKB of the DK. Excellent. I'm assuming that's who you use it on. You could use it on the Omni-Knight, I suppose, but or even the Brewmaster who has a BKB of his own. Are they going to smoke? I think they're thinking about it. Maybe not. They're just farming and jungling together, I guess. Ag's done for the Zeus. Dimbus. He's going to come out and shred. Well, 20k net worth for the Morphling working on his butterfly. He actually has it as soon as he gets 200 more gold. And there it is. Zeus ult to get vision. Trying to figure out where the rest of these heroes are. They know that the DK was invis, so they can't do anything with that. They're going to instead take the shrine. And the tips continue. Although it is only 25 for Skimberlu. He's got to step up his compendium game.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, how dare he? I think I'm actually still at 25 too. What am I talking about? I shouldn't be judging anybody. I'm getting close though. Well, it's an 11k lead, and they had one good fight pretty recently for Clutch Gamers, but they have to find some pretty sick fight now. And Roche is going to be up, so they kind of have to do it soon because then it's Aegis and Cheese, and I don't know how you want to fight against that. I don't think you can really. Skylark still not level 20. He's getting close. Yeah, they're just going to keep the waves pushed out. This is kind of what the Morphling did last game where he tried to get back into the game by splitting and pushing the waves out. This time they have a Rax taken top, so it's really easy. All lanes can get pushed in super easy. I mean, you're seeing it right now. Look at where all the lanes are positioned at this point.
Yeah.
It's just always constantly pushed into the base.
And it should be the closeout, Cheese.
How fast are they going to take it? Pretty fast. The smoke is going to, I think, be a little too late. Plus, they have the skin anyway. And they might just back out, though. They almost fought that. Wow,
Whoa,
Bimbo. I cannot believe that happened. That's pretty insane. They want Bimbo. He's going to Glimmer. Skylark is popping his BKB. He's got a split right now. He's trying to use his abilities, but it's already too late. Ajit's dead. And he does buy back, but this fight is pretty brutal. Gabby's going to try to find the Zeus, but it's a tough fight. Nether Strike is going to go, but Gabby's dead. Dead for 80. He does have buyback, but he does not have the ultimate. It's going to be 3 dead plus the buyback, and the Brew Panda is almost going down. Luckily, the Storm Panda able to get away. Maybe not. Skylark is able to blink out just in time. They have a Eul Scepter and a
Bimbo found
Impale.
him.
And that, well, there's nobody here. He's missing a lot of hits, but good body blocks. And then the Spirit Vessel, they even used the Nimbus at the last hit for Jamesy.
Excellent kill steal.
That was really sick stuff. Jamesy.
I think.
Damn. Oh my God. Skemberlu, relax. Nice.
Nice. Team tip instead. That's fine.
Team tips are fine.
That morph into the Omni is just destroying them. Like the Brewmaster is trying to control him during the fights, but he can only toss him up once, and then he just gets repelled, and he can't be tossed up anymore by the Wind Panda.
Yeah. Just a really rough fight start too. If the fight kills Bimbo, maybe it goes better. Didn't happen. And that should do it. They're gonna get double racks. They still have Aegis and Shees, of course, so you can just go for tier 4s. They don't even need to get Megas. They probably will anyway. Tier 3 super low. Nullifier, but Aji gets the repel off in time. BKB for Skylark. He has split back in 5. He should be able to get it off now. They're going to have to run. They don't want to give up too much here for Taskus. And that's Cheese given to Jamesy. And Skemberlu still has Aegis. And Boombox is a little far out, but instead they're going to try to find this Omni Knight. And oh boy, is he dead. Now Gabby's the one trying to man fight. Jamesy might fall, good ice path, but Gabby actually gets the BKB off in time. Yule Scepter keeps him up and alive for Jamesy. He stays alive maybe a second longer. Double kill for Skimberlu on the back line. Yule trying to man fight. And Night Stalker is in there, and that's a great macro pyre that just melts that poor DK. And that's GG. And very good game for Taskus Titans in game 2 compared to that first game. And you're right, that morph into Omni Knight was really crushing it, but I just think a lot better job getting these kills. The Nyx Assassin did a lot of work. Trent, it's just a good game overall for Taskus Titans.
Yeah, the Zeus owned. Underestimated just how effective that would be in this game. And then, like, once his damage wasn't that relevant because of BKBs and everything, his scouting capabilities combined with the Night Stalker and the Nyx stats for that matter, they just had insane vision during these fights.
Yes.
And knowing where a Spirit Breaker is coming from or knowing where the Brewmaster's setting out during engagements just allowed them to kind of prioritize their damage, and felt like they just fought way better this game too. And maybe that is just the vision game really helping them out so much.
Yeah, I think so. And that's something I wanted to talk about in the draft, but I kind of forgot about. You get a gem, you get the Night Stalker, and you get the Nyx Assassin, and they just had to invest so much in wards and sentries, and it never really happened either. Boombox and Yul always trying to get to items. Yul was super poor for most of the game. His net worth ended up being 2,000, by the way.